Welcome back again to another week of Burn Coverage. I'm your host, Curtis.
And I'm Joel.
And we're here going to break down your Thursday night game between the 7-0 Cincinnati Bengals.
7-0.
Well, it's still weird to think about.
Soon to be 8-0.
Mm-hmm. And the 0 and -12 Cleveland Browns. No, who cares what the Cleveland Browns record is? They won 2 games? 2 games.
Yes.
Feels about right. 2 games.
Usually about their total every year.
You feeling anything in this matchup?
The Johnny Football era has begun again in Cleveland. So naturally, I would go with the Cincinnati Bengals defense. I just don't think Manziel is ready. I'm not ready to write off Manziel as an NFL quarterback yet. I just don't think he's ready to start. I just think he needs more seasoning. He needs to learn the pro game a little bit more. And this is not the week against a red-hot Cincinnati Bengals team.
I'm still on the idea that Manziel was really never going to make it in the league, and I haven't seen anything from him except for an occasional fluky bomb. He did have a great wide receiver in college named Mike Evans, who I like. But that's really about it. I don't think it's going to happen against Cincinnati this week for sure. I think Cincinnati's a good play. And if, once again, you're one of these people that has to put money on any game you watch, like us, Cincinnati would probably be the safest bet. But I actually like Jeremy Hill this game too. Jeremy Hill severely outtouched Giovanni Bernard last week. He had over 20 carries. Gio only had 3. I can see this being a bruising, kind of pounded out sort of game for Jeremy Hill as well.
And just for shits and giggles, because you mocked him so mercilessly last week, I'll throw up AJ Green, who is now the first inductee into the Table of Fame right there, because you said that you scoffed at the pick last week, and AJ Green responded with his by far best game of the season.
He did have 100 yards.
And on how many catches? 12 catches.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not too shabby.
Not too bad.
Not too shabby.
Not too bad. I actually scoffed you more about someone else, but I'll leave that up.
Not on Thursday.
He did okay too. Also, there was somebody else I kind of wanted to mention in this lineup. We hear a lot about tight ends being favored when a quarterback doesn't have a very good arm. Like, all we can do is throw to the closest person that's there, which is usually the tight end. And in this week, in this matchup, the Browns, who have the quarterback with no arm, have the tight end who has produced in Gary Barnidge. Do you think the Gary Barnidge connection is purely a Josh McCown thing, or can Barnidge?
No, I think Barnidge. I mean, he's on a remarkable run this season. I think Barnidge is. I think he's quarterback proof as well as he's proven to be matchup proof this year. Mm-hmm. But I just think that they're going to be forced to use him to block more with Manziel this week. So no, I'm not. I'm high on Barnidge any other week. Just not this week with Manziel's first game.
Yeah, I actually really like Dalton's price in this matchup, 6,200. Especially, no Joe Hayden, even though Joe Hayden isn't Joe Hayden anymore anyway. But he's not out there at all. I think possibly like an AJ Green Dalton stack. The only problem for me is I don't know how long they're actually even gonna toy with this Browns team.
That's exactly it. How fast they'll be up, and then who's actually in the game come third quarter.
And you told me earlier you think it'll be a low-scoring game?
I do. I think it'll be. I don't know. When they played last year, and Manziel actually started that game, the Browns didn't score any points. They got shut out. I think it was 23-0, something like that. This has the makings to me of a typical Ohio game where it's going to be ground and pound. That's why I don't mind the Jeremy Hill pick. But no, I think it's a 10-3 game written all over it.
Hill against one of the worst, if not actually the worst, rushing defense in the league in the Browns. He's someone that I know a lot of you drafted in your standard leagues pretty high, probably first or second rounds in some cases, and hasn't really been performing. This could be a big breakout week for him. And as we know too, Andy Dalton isn't really good in prime time. Maybe he's turned the corner on that as well as everything else. So it could be Jeremy Hill a lot. So I would say Jeremy Hill defense stack for me would be the way to go.
And if you did draft him in your standard league, Hill, at least he's still playing. It's one of the few first-round picks that are still on the playing field.
Rest in peace, Le'Veon Bell and Jamal Charles. Yeah, we'll miss you. And C.J. Anderson, sorry about whatever injury you had. Oh, wait, he's still playing. Oh, sorry, I must have missed
Good
that.
game last week.
Yeah, he did. So did Hillman, actually. All right, yeah, go ahead.
I didn't say anything.
Okay, good. Excellent. Keep not saying anything.
Excellent observation by you.
All right, well, this was another episode of Burn Coverage. I'm Curtis.
And I'm Joel.
And make sure you check out the rest of our episodes this week as we break down Week 9 in fantasy football.
Because there will be much better games than what you're going to see tonight.
Oh, God, I hope.